Lots to do between now and then.
Mm-hmm. We're having her baby shower this weekend.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Where's that being held?
Craig and Denise's house in T.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, she had like 60 invites, and I said, oh, 30 will probably show. 55 so far. I'm like, oh my gosh.
All right. I will declare us out of exec at 8:38. Oh, 39, sorry, just wait. 39, please.
Okay, got it.
All right, next up is consent agenda.
Motion to approve. Second.
A motion and a second, any discussion there?
Mayor, I'll just a couple notes on here. Added on a workers' compensation grant from the municipal league. The ambulance is to purchase the second cot, auto cot that they had. The rate study drafts are in there for your review. I'd like to have formal adoption at the next meeting, May 13th. We should give us enough time to go through those. I haven't been through them in detail yet, but should have time.
There's a lot
this week. There's a lot there.
Has anything substantially changed since the beginning?
No, you know, the conversations we've had between the presentation and now have mostly been confirming conversations that we had at council meetings, getting details narrowed down, so. And then malt beverage license renewals are on there as well. Those all are renewals, no new ones, so no public hearing required for any of those.
Quick question on that. With looking over some of these, wouldn't a restaurant that sells liquor apply for a retail liquor restaurant license?
He has one. The reason he wanted a malt beverage is so that he can sell beer out the door.
Gotcha.
So he's not giving that one up.
There's no limit on the malt beverage.
Okay.
So,
He has the restaurant license.
he has a restaurant license now, yes. So the liquor.
That's what I was
license.
concerned
Yes,
about.
he does.
When is that due for renewal?
November.
Okay,
Very good, thank you.
November,
yeah,
Right.
May,
make
November.
a note of that.
All right, any other items to discuss there? All right, we'll do roll call. Doherty.
Aye.
Bowers.
Aye.
Swear.
Aye.
Riley.
Aye.
Welch.
Aye.
Mauer. Aye. Consent agenda is approved. On to old business.
Do we need to
Mayor.
make a motion for the malt beverage? You had one, no? Okay.
Oh, consent.
It's all in there. All right, perfect, thanks, sorry.
Old business. Mayor and city council vacancies.
Mayor and council, as you know, we'll have 2 vacancies in May upon turnover of the council at the first meeting. At the April 8 regular meeting, you interviewed 2 candidates for Ward 3 and 1 candidate for mayor. Proposed timeline noted that ongoing discussion will be scheduled for this meeting, the appointment of the Ward 3 alderman and mayor commencing on May 13. I did receive additional applications from Robert Peterson and Danny Fergan. Those applications have been added to your packet. I advise both to attend tonight's meeting in the event that the council wishes to interview them for that vacancy. It's entirely at your discretion. The applications were received outside of that deadline that we put out there. But that being said, there's no requirement that we consider only those applications that we received before that time either. So I'll leave that to you.
So do you want to discuss the alderman first or the mayor first?
I think we go with the alderman.
So I wasn't here last time, I watched the meeting. Because do you guys have initial input that you guys want to bring to the table?
Very grateful that these individuals stepped forward. In a time of need, they answered the call and submitted the application to explore an opportunity. And that's very exciting for both of those individuals and more so for us to have, you know, the public speak out and say, yes, we're interested in learning more about what you do or being a part of it. I think there's merits for both individuals that step forward for aldermen, that they bring unique skill sets and unique perspectives. And I don't think there's a bad choice here.
I also want to, I'll reiterate a little bit what Bill said about just being appreciative. It's hard to put yourself out there and then to have to go through an interview process too, especially publicly. That can be a little bit daunting and in front of a panel. So I commend you for doing that. Also, I don't want this to be the end of the road for anybody that's interested in public service or office. And we have a lot of opportunities for people in the community that might be interested, Park and Rec Board, Planning and Zoning Commission, there's several opportunities to get involved. I think when I look at the candidate position and, Lauren has really stepped up in her, service to the community in past years, and I think that that's, really shown kind of her community service and her commitment to the community so far, being involved in the Lions Club and her work so far on planning and zoning, and that there's a lot of experience that comes out of those committees. But also I believe Nick, brings a very unique perspective, being a small business owner, and having just a little bit different experience, I think, than some of the rest of us as well.
I agree. I would second what those guys said about people stepping up. We have a vacancy and putting themselves out there in front of everybody. Not an easy thing to do.
We will have 3 council seats, 4 actually, in the spring, correct? Because that seat will be up again.
Next year.
And mayor.
So 4 seats on council and then 1 mayor seat for the spring, just for our viewers as well.
There's only one mayor.
Only 1 mayor.
I guess I've been attending many of the planning and zoning meetings this year and, witnessed Lauren. I've, been impressed with what she's brought, good ideas, good vocal, active in the meeting. So I like what I've seen there. I haven't met Nick, so I can't speak to him, but hearing his interview, seems like Brittany said, a good option for sure.
Yeah, I would totally agree. I guess speaking from my own experience, I was appointed to this position and I just kind of got thrown in, and I think it's probably a good thing, you, Lauren, having been on the P&Z and just kind of getting your foot in the water, so to speak. And obviously your position would be open if you would move to the council position, and that would be a good opportunity, I think, for Nick to, get in on the planning and zoning and just dip your foot in the water and kind of it's a good board too to be on, and then you kind of get a feel for the workings of everything. I guess that's kind of where I'm at.
Many of us started on a different board too, for, not that that's needed, but it does give a good unique experience too, and just getting your feet wet, like you said.
Yeah. It's pretty valuable.
So do we want to get to a consensus tonight on the alderman?
It makes
Are we
sense.
there, do you think?
Yeah.
You got anything to add, Chad?
He's not part of this vote, so.
I would think
Well,
you
I
would be
would-
still on the council.
I think I would have a vote, as I do represent Ward 3, and that is the position in which we're filling.
We discussed on February 26th, and
That was whenever I was a candidate for this position where I abstained from it, but I've since removed my application for the Ward 3. So the people of Ward 3 deserve a vote.
Did you have anything to offer?
I think you guys covered it very, very well.
I will make a motion to appoint Lauren Van Driel into the Ward 3 open vacancy and encourage Nick Cable. That position is appointed by the mayor, but I would encourage you to express your interest, if that exists, for the planning and zoning board.
Is that a formal part of the motion?
No, it's
No.
just,
okay. Council support.
Council
That's
support.
Endorsement, I guess.
Yes, endorsement.
For sure.
I'll second Brittany's motion.
So there's a motion and a second, we need motion and seconds for appointments? Yes, okay. Motion is second for Lauren Vandriel for Ward 3. That would take place at our next meeting, May 13th. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. See ya in a couple weeks. And I'll ditto the encouragement for Mr. Cable to,
I think we all would.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What night is playing zone?
It's on
Thursday.
Thursdays.
Fourth Thursday.
Yeah, once a month.
There's
Once
a
a
meeting,
month.
this Thursday, there's a meeting.
Unless you're getting pulled up into the, big night on Harmon, you might be free on Thursdays.
Yeah, well, or I go to Centerville.
So there's that one too.
Yeah.
We good on the alternate?
Did we have, that was not a roll call,
Was
correct?
not reading a roll call?
So, under SDCL 913-14.1, vacancies,
I think are done by the new council once it's convened, aren't they?
remaining members shall appoint a replacement to serve until the next. So,
Really not
So
a
we didn't
vacancy
do-
until next meeting.
So there's not really, we can't even make the appointment until the new council is seated, and then the remaining members would at that point make the appointment.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
so at the, I mean, if we were going to do it according to the letter of law, once the new council is seated, the existing council president would take over as presiding officer. The first motion would need to be identifying either one of these and then making that motion, so.
That makes sense.
Yep.
We
Yeah.
didn't
So really, this is not official.
You're not
It's not
official.
official, yeah.
That would be
We're
my,
kind of
that-
in
it's
uncharted
not, it's not crystal clear in state code, that's how it is, but I think out of
That makes
abundance of
sense to me.
caution. Yeah,
So are we
Yeah.
leaving the motion as is?
I think you record it, but,
Yeah.
no,
It's not, we'll have to make a motion.
yeah.
Next
Okay.
time.
Sausage making at work. All right,
I'd like to make a motion to enter exec before we get into the next one,
On what grounds?
personnel.
Second. We have motion is second for exec for personnel, all in favor?
Aye.
Right.
Any opposed?
Nay.
All right, 5 to 1, we're under exec at 8:51.
I'm sorry, who voted
I voted nay.
nay? Okay.
Give us a minute, guys.
Yeah, you can step out, sorry, we won't be long.
We'll make it quick.